Good morning, good afternoon, whatever day time it is you're watching. Come on into the craft room. It is item of the weekend time. Every Friday, we release it's sometimes we release a new product, sometimes we discount one that's been in the shop for a while. This is actually a new product, and they are $10. You're going to get a whole bundle of these little pumpkins. But you can get them for $5 for this weekend. You're going to get 8 of them. So make sure you comment sold space 1483 and it's going to send you the link to this bundle. Okay. You get 8 little pumpkins, but then to get 50% off, make sure you're using the discount code IOTW. It stands for item of the weekend. So come on in. I have 8 different ways that I'm going to put these together. I think we're going to do a plaid one. I wrote on the back. We're going to make a pretty cute face on one. We're going to do a traditional one, a cheetah one, a palette knife painting one, a polka dot one, a striped one, and then we're going to maybe put some sunflowers in it. So come on in. We're going to do lots of painting. I'm going to show you all different variations of how you can bring these to life. So these are new in the shop. They just got loaded today. But for this weekend only, you can get them for 50% off and it makes them $5. So for $5, you get 8 little projects that are great for little hands. You guys grab some of these, have some fun at Thanksgiving weekend because this is a really good price. So hello, Deb. Good morning. It's so good to see you. Let me know hello you got when you guys are here. If you are watching the replay, let me know that you're still watching the replay because I love to say hello to you guys. So I have a bunch of colors I think we're going to use. Um, Actually, I think we're going to use this one. We may use all these colors, we may not. I don't know. But we're just gonna see how it goes. So let's put a bunch of colors out on our glass here real quick. Good morning. Good morning. It is so good to see you guys. All right, here's kind of a soft butter yellow, not typically a fall color, but we're going to go with it. Okay. I have some navy blue I think we might use. We might incorporate into one of them. We have some cottage green and then we have some cactus green, which I think are going to be pretty. Let's see. How is everybody? It is a Friday. Do we have a busy weekend planned, or is your weekend going to be spent relaxing? I think we have a little bit of stuff to do, but I think we're going to be able to relax a little bit too. Next weekend is a little bit busy. We have a retirement party, we have a concert, but that's all next weekend. All right. So you can snag this discount on these through Sunday at midnight. So just make sure, because you guys $5. And then once you see all the ways I'm going to put them together, you guys are going to fall in love. And you may find a new way to kind of paint and bring some character and life to your decorating. Hello, Darcel. Hello, Desiree. So good to see you. All right, so let's go ahead and get all of these a coat of paint on them. I think we're going to do a wide variety. Let's see. This one says plaid. We're probably going to need more paint. This one says it's plaid. So I think I want some white paint. I think we're going to do this one white. Let's go ahead and get a lot of white out because we're probably going to need it. All right. So let's go ahead and get a good coat of white on this one. Then we'll just paint a little stem here, but we're just going to put a little line there right now. So I'm going to give you 8 different ways, 8 different ideas for you to bring these to life. You can mix and match. And the other thing that would be really cute is, what is that? It's like a blue paint in there. Who knows? We're actually going to use a big paintbrush to put a coat of white paint on all of these. it's going to make our orange a little bit more vibrant, but we're going to go ahead and just put a white coat on all of them. And then we'll go back and see what we want to do to bring them to life. We're going to do some whimsical, we're going to do some traditional, we're going to do some cheetah print. For all my dream maker ladies, these are going to be perfect for the foil as well. They're going to be awesome for the foil. Today is Natural Relaxation Day. You've had a very chaotic week, so not doing much this weekend. I love that. Well, I hope you have a relaxing weekend, my friend. Hope you do. It is natural, or it is National Relaxation Day. So I think we owe it all to ourselves to take a little bit of time and do just that. Spend some time relaxing. Maybe it is, hanging out and learning here because it can be relaxing. Maybe it's doing some creativity on your own. Maybe it's um sitting outside. I don't know what the weather is like where you guys are. It's a little bit hot today, but and we're going to be outside, but we can still relax. Are the size to make a banner like the leaf cord around the stems? Yes. So these are 4.5 inches wide. Okay. They're 4.5 inches wide. And honestly, they would be adorable on a banner. And so I actually think that I might do that. I'm going to need some more white. So if I decide to put them all together, I'll show you guys the banner. But yeah, you could just wrap some stuff around the stem there. Since there's no holes to hang them, you can still, there's still lots of ways that you can hang them with a banner. But yes, that's honestly kind of what I was thinking about these, Deb. All right. We got four more. And then we're going to bring them, then we're going to add some fun stuff to them. So these are also a great size. Think about, you guys, we have the holidays coming up. I don't know about you, but once September hits, actually, it's usually once August hits for me because we have back to school and all the things. So the holidays are going to be here before we know it. And I want you to think about these would be so good to make little, like if you host for Thanksgiving, these would be so good to like hand letter people's names on them for like table settings, or you could do other things on them like grateful, thankful, just a bunch of different words. You could hand letter those on these and use them as little place markers. I think that's a great idea. And we still need some more whiteout. All right. So, what are some ideas? Good morning, Angie. Well, happy wedding anniversary, my friend. Happy anniversary, Angie. Yes, it's hot and humid like it was that year too. Your 43rd. Well, happy anniversary, my friend. I will tell you, and you know, if you've been married for uh 43 years, that it is definitely an accomplishment because marriage is hard work. Marriage is the hardest work you'll ever do, but I think marriage and parenting, but it's definitely one of the most rewarding to me anyway. So I want to know, good morning, Joanna. I want to know give me some ideas of what you guys think you could bring these to life like. Like, what would you do? We're going to do some whimsical polka dots. We're going to do some plaid, maybe. We're going to maybe paint some flowers on one. We're going to maybe, I don't know, we're going to do all kinds of stuff on these. All right. I think we're good with that one. Let me go ahead and just wipe this off my table real quick. There we go. All right, what's this one? This one's the plaid one. Well, we definitely need a different coat on that one then. So let's go ahead and put a second coat on that. And I just put my brush in let me get my brush out of my water. Because the plaid one, I do think I want to be this white color, because then we're going to bring our color in with our lines. And we might use all the colors that we have out. That would be fun. I've shown you guys how to paint plaid before, but if you've never seen it, then that's going to be a fun new thing that you're going to learn today. All right, I like that. So tell me, ooh, napkins would be a great idea too. Napkins, scrapbook paper. Yes, so many good ideas. All right, let's dry these up real quick because we just want a decent coat on them. I'm not really using the white background except for this one. I think I will. If we decide to use the white background on the others, that's fine. But let's go ahead and dry them up because we're going to be painting over the top of them. 44 years for you. I love it. Good morning, Sharon. It is so good to see you. So like I said, you're going to get 8 of these. You can comment sold space 1483. It's going to send them to you in your messenger so you can check them out and look at them. But you're going to get 8 of them. They are listed for $10, but for the weekend, this is our item of the weekend. And so you can get all 8 of them for $5. But in order to snag that discount, you do need to use the coupon code IOTW. So don't forget that, okay? You're celebrating 49 years of marriage in 2 weeks. I love it, Darla. Well, happy anniversary. How can that be? I was 18, right? I love it. I love it. All right. Let's stack some of these together. This one is a palette knife one. So let's go ahead. This one's traditional. Let's go ahead and do a traditional one first. All right. So with our traditional one, we're just going to paint it orange like a pumpkin. We're going to do some shading probably in some of the areas that we have here. Let's use this one. So this one is going to be traditional color. So let's go ahead and get a coat of orange on all of it. Look at that cute pumpkin. I just love this shape. This is a really good shaped pumpkin. I think so. I think it's gorgeous. Let's go ahead. We're going to pull a little bit more, but we're going to pull some orange in. Or I'm sorry, some of this yellow in with our orange. So when you're blending like this, you do want your paint to stay wet. So you can do easy blending. See how we have that in there? We got some orange in it. That's adorable. Let's grab a little bit of this green and maybe put it along some of the edges. We're just picking up a little bit of paint. I'm not using a different paintbrush. Okay. I'm using the same paintbrush for the whole thing. Look at that. Let's get a little bit of brown. We need a little bit of brown in here. And then let's get a little bit more white out because we're going to do that too. What's the code? It's IOTW. It stands for item of the weekend. Item of the weekend. All right. So let's see what it looks like with some brown in here. Let's bring a little bit there, a little bit there. There we go. So we're just bringing colors in and blending it. Look how super simple and easy that was. Now you got a simple pumpkin. Let's actually bring in a little bit of white as well to highlight some of these areas. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more yellow. And now I'm not going to do as much blending because I really want these colors to stand out. So in the beginning, we blended, but now we're going to do a little bit less blending. That way you can see the colors a little bit more. Check that out. We got a cute pumpkin. Ta-da! That one's done. Except for our stem. Let's go ahead and paint our stem on. So these would be cute, like I said, if you wanted to make a banner. Deb mentioned that. That's a great idea. You could make a banner. You could attach a little bow to the top of each of these and just kind of sprinkle them around your house in some greenery here and there in your on your tier trays, anything like that. Another thing that you could do is grab a set of 8 of these and use them as table markers. Put them on your your place settings. That's the word I'm thinking of. They're your place setting markers. You can keep them plain. You can just do them all different and just like I'm going to do today. You could paint every single one like I'm going to do today. Or you could hand letter some words on there. We do have some letters in the shop or some fall words in the shop. And so you could pair those with these. That's a great idea. You like how this one came out? Super simple, super simple, simple. Just let your hand flow and just do a little bit of blending. All right, we're going to set that one over there to dry. Let's see, what do we have? Sunflowers. Let's do a sunflower. Let's do, we're going to go a little bit rogue, okay? We're not going to paint all of these orange. I mean, we have green pumpkins. We have all kinds of color pumpkins. And actually, I think I want this color out too. Excuse me. You did your Ninja Turtle diaper cake for a baby shower. I love it. I love it. So this is called Seafoam Green. I really like this one. And I think I'm going to do the background of our pumpkin in this color. And then we're going to put a bright yellow sunflower on it. See how that looks. Oh my goodness. That is a gorgeous color. Holy moly, almond love. Oh, this would be so cute if they were all in this color and like with white polka dots on this one. Oh my goodness. I think I'm in love. Look at that color. Love it. All right. Actually, I think maybe instead of a sunflower, I think I have some other ideas. So I'm going to do another coat. I can see the white a little bit through it. And here's the thing. I'm going to do some line work on this with my paint pen. And I'm not going to do any of the blending like we did on the other one, but you could totally do let's go ahead and do that a little bit on this one. Let's get this light butter yellow and let's do it here, 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 and here. And let's just blend that in a little bit. Look, I love that. That's gorgeous. And we're going to do something different on here. We're going to do some flowers, vinery, greenery, things like that. All right. What do we have next? We're going to let this one dry. This one we're going to probably paint a face on, a palette knife, stripes, polka dot, our plaid. We'll probably do our plaid last. And then cheetah print. Let's do some cheetah. Let me show you some cheetah. Let's see. We're going to keep this one white. So let's do one more coat of the white so we have good coverage. And then I'm going to show you how to do some cheetah print. All right. So for your cheetah print, you're going to want brown, which I think the brown that we're going to work with, the brown I have out is going to be really good. And then we're going to use a black paint pen to bring those to life. All right, let's go ahead and get our stem painted. And I wouldn't do a straight line right there at the base. Kind of make it to where it looks like it's a little bit messy. Okay. That we don't have a straight line there. All right. So when you're doing cheetah print, I'm actually going to use a different paintbrush. Well, hold on. Let me see which paintbrush I might like better. We're going to use this one. I'm going to use a rounded one, but we're going to do just like splotches and then like jelly beans. Okay. So I want you to think about that. We're going to do splotches and jelly beans. So let's do a splotch here. Looky there. And we're going to let this dry before we do anything else. And oop, we're going to have to do one here because I just got my fingers in it. So we'll do a splotch here. They do not have to be symmetrical, nothing, okay? You want them messy. This is definitely looking messy because of our white paint. So we're going to have to let this dry a few times. Let's do a splotchy mess right here. Okay. And let's do what would be called like a jelly bean right there. That's all we're going to do is this jelly bean. Okay. And then let's do a bigger jelly bean here, maybe. Jelly bean, coffee bean, whatever you want to say. We're going to have to do this in steps because I'm going to have to, you can see through that brown a little bit. Let's do another messy one here. Let's do a jelly bean here. So your jelly bean is just kind of like just a curved line that looks like a jelly bean. Let's do a dot here. This is how I do cheetah print. You can do it totally different if you've learned another way or if you have a way that you feel like fits you a little bit better. Let's make this one a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think that's good. And let's do a squiggle here that's going to go off of the pumpkin. And then we'll do one here. I think that looks good. I think it looks good. Actually, we're going to make this one a little bit bigger. You see how I just scribbled that? Okay. Cute, cute, cute. Splotchy messes, my specialty, right? I love it. Hello, Sherry. How are you? All right, so we're going to let this one dry a little bit. We've let this one dry a little bit. Let's see what other ones we got. The plaid one we're going to keep for last. Don't go away. Let's do I don't know what I want to do on that one yet because I'm not digging the let's do this one. Let's see what color I'm thinking of here. This one's gonna be polka dots. Okay, polka dots. So I'm thinking, let's do. You can't see my colors. Sorry. We're gonna do it this color. We're gonna do our entire pumpkin this color, and then we're gonna put some lighter polka dots of yellow on it. You can use the same color palette on all of these. I'm not, although they probably would still look really cute all displayed together. Something else in my, oh, I didn't get that one. And again, even though I'm putting polka dots on this, you could still do the blending if you wanted. All right, we need a pretty good coat on that because I don't want to see any of the whites. We might have to do a second coat on there. So remember, you're going to get all 8 of these for $5 this weekend, okay? It's a bundle of 8. Um, and how much does that make each one, you guys? What's $5 divided by 8? Anybody really quick at math? I'm not. So where is my calculator? We're just going to do this. So we have 5 divided by 8. It makes each of these 62 cents. You guys, you can't go to Dollar Tree and get pumpkins for 62 cents. You like the blending, Sharon? The blending is fun. It's definitely more traditional. It's what you're going to see more of. So it just totally depends on your style. All right. There we have that. I'm actually excited for this one. This one's going to be super cute. While that's drying, let's go ahead and paint our stem. There we go. Ta-da, ta-da. If you have like a youth group, if you have grandchildren, if you have nieces and nephews, this is a really fun project just to see everybody's personality come out in their pumpkin. I absolutely love it. All right, we are going to do, is it dry? I think it's dry. We're going to do this light butter yellow, and I'm probably going to have to get some more on my, I'm definitely going to have to get some more. It's actually called pineapple if you are using Nicole's paints from Afraid Not Paints. These little sponges soak up quite a bit, but we want to because we want a solid circle. All right, so we're gonna press and spin and then pull up. Now, when you're doing these, oh, I didn't get that side pressed down very well. When you're doing these, think about a triangle. I have those two. Now I'm going to put one here. Okay, so just think about putting them in the triangle. That's probably the easiest way for me to help you with spacing because you know how sometimes you're putting dots and you're like, oh, that spot needs one. Oh, nope, that spot needs one. And then before you know it, you have it completely covered in spots and then there's too many. So here, I'm still using the triangle design, but we're going off of our pumpkin some. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? Let's see. You know, I think I have another idea too. I think we're going to do smaller ones as well. So I have these little dotting rods. Let's see what shapes I have. Let's do this one. We're just going to kind of go. I don't really think I'm going to have a rhyme or reason on these. We're just going to place them. Place one there. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. If you love whimsy polka dots, then you're definitely going to want to put some on there with this. So these are rods. They're little glass rod. Actually, they're probably acrylic, but they help get circles in lots of different sizes. And you guys, we could have also done different color circles. You don't have to keep these all the same. And there we did another one off the edge. That is adorable. That is the cutest pumpkin I've ever seen, I think. I love it. All right. So this one's done for the most part. We might go back in and add some like line work and detail work. Ooh, your phone keeps kicking you off. You got to love technology. There are so many ideas, Jana. This is a great, great product for. Was this the one we were going to do the sunflower on? I think it was. Let's do the sunflower. So let's see. Nope. I don't think we are going to do a sunflower. We're going to do like a series of, let me think. I think I have an idea for that one. Let's go ahead and do a striped one real quick because this is another one that's going to be easy. I think I'm going to use the white background on this one. Let me grab some tape because we're going to do, we want our stripes white. Does that look like a thin enough tape? I think we'll see. All right, so we're going to do that right there. And let's actually take this, and this is going to be our spacer. So we're going to put that right there, but we're not leaving it. Okay. That's just kind of our spacer. So we know. There we go. So we're only going to have a couple stripes. I don't know how that's going to look, but. And actually, yeah, we'll just do it there. That's fine. I didn't really want the white at the top, but I think that's just what we're going to go for. All right, let's do this one. You know what? I kind of want this one to be very subtle. I don't know if that's going to be dark enough. Hold on. Let's do. We've used that one. We've used that one. We haven't used the cottage green yet. Let's use the cottage green and let's do that. All right, let's use this one. And I'm going to pounce, okay, on this one so that we don't get any. So we have really crisp lines. And actually, this one might be fun to do something else in the white spots, maybe some tiny polka dots or something. Something in there. Ta-da! Look how stinking adorable that is. But you guys, I think I want some smaller lines. And so what I think I'm going to do, this is going to be kind of like a plaid, but not really. I think I want one stripe over here. Let's have fun with this one. Let's have fun with this one. Is that all the way dry? I don't know if it is. So I want to know, how would you guys bring yours to life? What are some ways that you would paint yours? Let me know in the comments. All right, now this one, I want my polka dot like right, or my line right there. So let's do this. Let's put our spacer there. Actually, it's not what I want. I don't want it as thick as those. So we're gonna just make it a little bit thinner, just like that. Let's see how that looks. All right. And I'm thinking, isn't that so cute? I'm thinking of making another small, really skinny line right next to it. Let's do it. Let's try this though. Let's do it like right here. Hold on a second. Let me think my process through here just a second. Um, let's do it. Does that look straight? I didn't bring my glasses down here today. All right, now we're going to do a really thin line right here. So this is another way that you could do plaid, and you're going to get it more crisp. Your lines are going to be a lot crisper. But the way I do my plaid, they're kind of messy lines. There we go. That's super cute. Look how fun that is. That's super fun. This is a palette knife one. This one we were going to do a face on. I don't think I want to do a jack-o'-lantern. So let me know in the comments a way that we could do this one. We have this one that we're going to do some line art on. We have our cheetah. We have our stripes. We have a polka dot. We are going to do a palette knife, and then we're going to do a plaid. So let me know what we should do on this one because we have one more. Oh, and we have our traditional. Okay. So let me know. What should we do on this one? Let's go ahead before we start on this one. Let's go ahead and do our second coat on our cheetah print here so we can finish it. And I think this one looks pretty good because we're going to sand these down too. That one looks pretty good. But let's go ahead and put another coat on all of our brown here just so there's good coverage. Oh, that's perfect. Let's put the tape up so I don't get in my way. So we're just getting a good coat so I can't see any of that white through our little cheetah prints. So all of these ideas, I want you to think about using, like put them in your file cabinet and pull out these ideas when you are painting throughout the year. Ooh, a harlequin would be gorgeous. Whew, that one I might need to that would be fun. So think about all of these different ways that we're painting these. And think about when you're painting throughout the rest of the year. You can do all of these designs on like Easter eggs for Easter. You could do them on hearts for Valentine's Day. You could do this same thing with like shamrocks around the 4th of July. You could do all of these things on shamrocks around 4th of July, shamrocks around St. Patrick's Day, stars around 4th of July. You could do this. What are some other things that we could put all of these styles and designs on other pieces? So we could do hearts, Easter eggs, shamrocks, stars. What else? What could we do for Christmas? Maybe Christmas ornament balls. If we had little ornament balls, that would be fun to do in all of these different ways as well. So put these designs in your back pocket so that when you are painting and you're stuck and you're like, I want to do something different, we can pull that out. Okay. Look at this, is already turning out so cute. Did we decide what we were going to do on our extra one? No, that let me pull up an actual Harlequin design and let me see Harlequin design. Let me see. So the Harlequin is going to be like diamonds. That one I might need to think about a little bit to bring it to life. We might have to think about that one a little bit and think of, I'm going to try to come up with the easiest way for you to do that. All right. Let's paint this stem brown because this one's going to be done. Like I said, we might add some pin work to them when we're done. Some of them we're going to. I just love this one. That's our plaid. This one is going to be our palette knife. All right. So let's pull out a palette knife and see what we're going to do with this one. This one, let's keep it very, let's use some of the other colors that we haven't used. Ooh, look at that color. And so we're going to just, I'm going to drag our palette knife on it. Now, when you're doing this, I want you to just go in the same shape of the pumpkin, the same lines of what the pumpkin would naturally be. Okay. You could do a crackle finish on these. That's another thing that you could do to bring them to life. And like this right here, you can do as little or as much as you want. Look at that. We're going to do lots of color on this one though. So we're going to import. We're going to layer a lot of colors on this one. So let's make sure this one's dry so that we can do the next layer. I think we're going to do, this is kind of a ocean teal color, but I think we're going to add some yellow. I think we're going to add some orange. Yeah, super simple. Use a ruler at an angle, draw a line, and then angle it the opposite way. It gives you a perfect diamond. That's awesome. We're going to have to try that. Should we try it? You can use tape too, probably. All right, I want this to be super dry before we layer on the next color, because if not, you're going to pull some of this and it's going to mix and blend, which if that's the style you're going for, that's totally fine. But that's not the style I'm going for. So let's do some orange. Oop, I wasn't dry there. Let's do some of this yellow. My goodness, I love. It's funny. I absolutely love palette knife painting, but you forget about it sometimes. You know how we've done all kinds of things in the past and then you just kind of forget about them. You learn new things and you start incorporating new things and then you forget about. I haven't painted with a palette knife in a while. Let's do, instead of orange, let's put in a little of this green. Actually, I think I'm going to use this green, that seafoam green, or the cottage green. I might need to pull some more out though. See how I got a lot there? I want you to just let it be, okay? Let it be. If you're like, oh, I didn't want that much there, let it be. It's going to mix and blend and be absolutely perfect. Check that out. Look at that. How fun. Just a little bit of Art Deco style, maybe. I don't know. There we go. So cute. And actually, I'm thinking that we're going to add our lines to this after we sand it down some. I think that's going to be a good idea. Which one are we deciding? What are we deciding? Because I don't think I want to attempt the Harlequin right now. Give me something else to do on this one. Give me something else to do on this one. But let's go ahead and paint this one. Let me go ahead and paint my stem. And let's go ahead and paint this stem. And we got a couple stems here to paint. Let's go ahead and get those done real quick. And then this one. And remember, just don't make that line at the base super straight. You don't want it a perfect straight line. I'm going to leave that out because I might use it again. All right, set this one here. What else, guys? What else? You guys are quiet with your suggestions today. We need one more idea. All right, let's get a little bit of this cottage green out because I want to use all of these colors on my plaid. I just have this open. Holy moly, I put that on tight. Just a little bit. And then let's get, well, let's do a little bit more. Then a little bit more of this King's Gold. No, this is Sunset Gold. I love King's Gold though as well. All right, so if you like these, make sure that you comment sold space 1483 and it's going to pop it to you in your messenger. And then from there, if you're going to check out, make sure you use the coupon code IOTW because you will get all 8 of these for $5. They're normally 10 and they are new in the shop. I just loaded them. But you're going to get all 10 of them for $5 if you use that coupon code. So just make sure that you do. All right, I'm going to get a variety of paints brushes here because we are going to do some plaid. Here's 3 different shapes. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's do this green. And let's start down here. If you want to tape this off, you can totally do that. But I want this to be, what's the word? I don't want it perfect. Let's get this little brush here and let's bring a smaller line right here. I'm just going to go all the way across, even though I'm missing some paint on my brush there. Okay. And then we can go back and add some more. Again, if you want these to be perfect lines, then just use paint or your tape like we did the lines on the other one. Let's do one right here that's a little bit thinner, like that. It's a little bit crooked, but we're just going to go with it. So now we need some that are this way. And let's do that one like that. And then let's do a small one right next to it. Just like that. And then let's do a thick one right here. Okay. Let's wash these out because we're going to use a different color now. All right. They're probably not perfectly clean. I can tell this one still has some green in it, but I think we'll be good. Oh, I had a small one. Where'd it go? Just use a new one. All right. Let's try this. Have we decided? We have one that we still need to decide what we want on it. Maybe we should do a fun pumpkin face. I don't know. What do you guys think? These are not straight at all. All right. Let's do this yellow. Let's do a thick one right here. And this is where you can begin to see some of the plaid through. See how you can see a little bit of green through that yellow? Okay. You already put your order in, Sharon? I cannot wait to see how you paint them. These are fun. Let's do well, we should have used a different brush. Let's do a thin line here. And then let's do thin line right here. Okay. Now we need some this way. So let's do one right here. Okay. And then let's just do a thin one right next to that. There we go. Can you see it coming together? All right. Now let's bring in some blue. Let's bring in some navy blue. Let's do pick up some more of this. And I think I'm going to do two skinny lines next to each other here. If you want these perfect, you can, like I said, use tape. It's going to take you a little bit longer. I kind of love the imperfection of them. That's just me. Let's get a little more paint on our brush and do a thick one right here. And that yellow was a little wet, so it blended a little bit, but I think that we're just going with it, okay? Words on the last one? Let's do that. Let's for sure do that. Let's do let's do that there. Let's do one here. And then a really thin one right here. Okay. Now let's do some orange. Let's do some orange. What word should we put on the last one? Let's do some of this one. This one might be thicker than I want. Let me dry this a little bit because I don't really want to blend the navy with my pumpkin color because it's going to look very muddy. I just love the little polka dot one. Look at him. He's so cute. You would definitely have to use tape. What do we have here? The orange. Let's do one right here. Okay. And let's do so when you're doing plaid, you just want a mixture of thin and thick lines. There's really no other rhyme or reason to it, okay? And let's try to do a thinner one here. Let's not press our paintbrush down as much. And then let's do one right here. Okay. Now let's kind of break up this green line here. And we're going to just do one right in the middle of that green line. Need to pick up a little bit more paint though. And then let's get a smaller paintbrush, or maybe just wipe some of that off so we get a point here. Let's do one right here. Y'all, look how cute that is. It looks like plaid. Isn't that fun? Fun. Falling for fall. Is that what we should do on the next one? The last one? All right. We're going to let that dry. We did use that one. Okay. So we're probably going to add some dots in here as well, but we're going to wait until we sand it down a little bit. The sanding down on plaid is what is totally going to just make it look like magic and really come to life. So you're going to see that. We'll do that before we're done today. We're going to sand all of them actually. I'm not a great hand letterer. Let's see. Let's do a sunflower on this one. I was thinking about that earlier. I think I want to do a sunflower on this one. Um, let's just do it. I might need a tracer or something, or think about my hand lettering a little bit more if I'm gonna. Let's just attempt a sunflower. Let's bring some yellow in here. We're gonna just do a sunflower at the edge here. Ooh, let's do, there we go. That looks better. And then do this right here. And then all in here, I think we're gonna do our the center. So then let's bring a little bit of this orange here and let's blend it in just to bring a little bit more color. Pick up some yellow again, and then we're going to go back over it and just blend that, just so you have a little bit more definition in your little petals there. That one's got quite a bit. Let's just put a little bit more in. It's kind of come from big is. Can you hear? He's power washing. We took our shutters down. This is a window, and there were shutters right above it. And so we took shutters down because we're going to put new ones up, black ones. We just got new garage doors, all that fun stuff. And so he was power washing where the old shutters were. I'm going to go help him when I'm done. You see the flower? Scrapbook paper would be a great idea. Sherry, I haven't sent it yet, but I am going to mail it today. So I will send it to you as soon as I'm done. I saw it sitting out there today and I just have not sent it yet. Woo, that one's got a lot. Didn't want that much, but that's okay. We're just going to start layering now just to get some color. Love those. Love, love, love them. I think that's perfect. All right. So now let's do, I think we're going to take this brush. It's kind of an old brush that is kind of yucky, but we're going to, first of all, we're going to get some more brown because we need brown. You want these? Aren't they fun, Rita? You guys can get them 8 of them for $5. This is also a great way for $5. Grab 8 of them and practice different ways. You could do some watercoloring on them. Did you guys catch me yesterday when I did a surprise live and I did the phone stand with watercolor? It turned out gorgeous, gorgeous. You can do that on these. So just think about playing around and getting all the different just have fun and bring these to life. And I promise you, you are going to absolutely love them. These are great to have art and chat with my nieces and nephews for Auntie's Craft and Chat. I bring a craft to have family get together when I visit to Tennessee. These are great, Rita. Such a great price. Like I said, it comes out to like 63 cents each. And even, I mean, obviously, you want to get them when they're um, $5 off. But if you buy them normally, they would be $1.25 each. But just use that coupon code. All right. I dabbed here, and this is what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of dab here. And I want you to look at how gorgeous it makes the edge of our flower. You see how it's just soft and blended? So gorgeous. That's gorgeous. That's so gorgeous. So what we could also do is we could bring some more color in on this side. I think we might. What color do I want? We could have painted the pumpkin also, which we still can. Let me think. I'm thinking about the paint pens I have. We could maybe do something fun. I'm going to think on that, but look how gorgeous that is. How fun is that? All right, I think these are all dry. So we're going to do some sanding. Now, I don't know that I want to sand this one because I really like the crispness of this one. I'm going to sand this one. I'm not going to sand this one either. So these two we're not going to sand, but we're going to add more stuff to them. Swirls with a stencil would be gorgeous. That would be gorgeous. We're going to sand this one. We're going to sand this one. We're going to sand this one. Um, do I want to sand this one? I'm thinking. I don't know. Let's do our lightest colors first. So let's do this one first. I'm going to sand these down just a little bit. I think we are going to sand most of them, honestly. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm going to get a little more elbow grease in this one because I really want those colors to shine through behind. And I'm going to show you. Look how good that looks. Love it. Let's go ahead and do this one. Let's swap our gorgeous. These would be really fun with ribbons on top of these. I'm thinking that would be really fun. And I think we are going to sand this one down. I just don't know if it's dry yet. So I put some pretty thick paint on it in some spots. Here we go. We're going to try it. Let's get some new. Because I don't want to transfer any of those other colors onto this one. Gorgeous. Oh, I love it. All right, let's get some of our paint pens out and let's start doing some fun stuff to these. Let me grab my other paint pens here. I'm looking for my thin white, but I don't know that I have it. Okay. I want a little bit thicker one than that. Okay, so I have the black here. And what we're going to do You really like watching all this creativity, but you don't have the patience anymore to do it. That's a thing. I mean, I get that. And, I'm just showing you some different ideas. Like you may be like, all right, I'm just good with the polka dots because that's easy. I don't have the patience for the others. You can totally do that. So we're going to just kind of outline. Okay. Do you see how I only did 3 lines on that? Okay. You don't want to outline all of these polka dot pieces. Not really polka dot pieces, but you get what I'm saying. The cheetah stripes. You just want to, for the big ones, I typically do like 3, but they're just not connected. And then on the little jelly beans, I do 2. And I only did 2 on this one because our polka dot doesn't really go off the edge. And then same with that one. Look at that. We have cheetah print. Hey, we have cheetah print. You could do cow print would be cute too if you did black and white. Yeah, that would be super adorable. Just gives you a different idea. All right, so I printed this. I found these on the internet of ways to do different like leaves and greenery and stuff like that. So we're gonna pull from some of those, but actually, let's see which one of these is skinnier. I want a really thin white, but my paint, I had a white. Hold on, let me look in my little piece right here. There's silver. I got lots of black. Let me see if I have a different color in this that would maybe match. Ooh, this color would be pretty. It's kind of a plum color. That would be very pretty. That might not be enough of a contrast. Here's a brown that might be pretty. Or a yellow might be really pretty. I like this color. And I should have a pink small one of it. Wow, let me look. Thought I used it yesterday. That one's not going to be enough of a contrast. Let's do yellow. I think that'll be a good print. Hopefully it works. On, it's starting. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. Let's do this. These are definitely, I'm gonna take the tip out of it and just wipe it off a little bit. Clean it up some. And now let's try it. That might have worked. I think that's gonna work. All right. I think that's gonna work. So let's go ahead. I should have brought my glasses for this one. Let's see. You have some little leaves here. There's some bigger leaves. Here's some leaves with some little buds on them. These are little buds. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then, oops, hopefully this works. Look how gorgeous that looks. Can you guys see it? Oh my goodness, I love it. Let's, I think we're going to just continue this because I think I really like that. So I'm just doing squiggle lines. And then we're just making each one a leaf. Oh, you guys, I think I love this one. So I did squiggle lines and then I'm just doing making them into leaves. I just need my paint pen to work a little bit better. Look how gorgeous that looks. Isn't that pretty? So I just want you to think about how these, how you might want these to look. Let's do a small one on this way, just so it doesn't look. All right, so this is how it starts. Can you see the squiggle lines that I have right there? And now I'm going to, thank you, Darcel. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you have an amazing Friday, an amazing weekend. And then we're going to just make each one of those a leaf. Well, by golly, I think that's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. So I just did this one. Okay. Just did that one. And I think I'm in love. But let's go ahead. I'm going to make it to where these are old. Okay. And I probably just need to buy some new ones. But let's do a couple lines here and make those leaves. Just so it doesn't look super bare up there. It's not coming out. It's coming out, but then it's just not on the pin part. There we go. So cute. So far, this one's your favorite. I love detail work like this. Some people like detail work, some people don't. And so I'm just kind of giving you some variety of some different ways to do them. Oh, this is gorgeous. I could have a lot of fun with this one. Uh, I think we might leave it as is. I mean, we could do something down in this corner if we wanted. You could write, like if you had pretty hand lettering, you could do a script or use a tracer to make a pretty. Um, I really like that. I really like that, you guys. And so I think instead of using black, I will find my brown because I think we're going to do brown on most of these. I don't think we're going to use black. That's gorgeous. I love it. This one, hold on, we're going to do one more thing for this one. I'm going to take this TP color. It's a little bit like a cream, a little bit, but I'm just going to take some of it and we're just going to brush onto our just to, well, if it will pick any up, it up. There we go. Love it. Let's get a little bit more that's darker right in here. Oh, gorgeous. Love it. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We do need to touch up a little bit of the stem though. I don't know that I have any wet brown paint here to do that. I think we got a little bit. There we go. I'm going to think on this one because I think words there would be really, really gorgeous. All right, we're going to take our brown and we're just going to do some squiggles around. Ooh, there's a gnat here. Get away. What are you doing? And you know what I'm thinking? I think I'm going to leave that one. So then this one, I'm going to do some straight lines. Let's go ahead and take it all the way down. Just like that. And we can put some ribbons on the top of these. This one, I don't think it needs anything. I think we were going to do some dots in it. Let's go ahead and do that. So you can kind of just see some of the polka dots to give it a little bit more character. I don't think I'm loving this one, so we might do something a little bit different on that one. This one I think is good. This one I just love. But if we wanted to bring this in, we could definitely do like a brown line here and a brown line there. But I think I just really like this one like that. And this one is good. This one is just absolutely adorable. I don't think we're going to do anything different. Let's make that a little bit. There we go. Let's dress up some of the stems a little bit because this is a little bit of a different brown. Let's bring a squiggle line here and some dots. We'll do a squiggle line here and some dots. So what do you guys think? Easy enough? Easy peasy enough? I think this one we're going to put some white on it. I think that's what it's missing for me. And let's go ahead and outline this one too. And I think we might word something in there. And let's go ahead and do I'm a fan of dots. This one's just gorgeous to me. I love that one. Ellen, so these are in my shop. If you comment sold space 1483, just put the space, don't type space out. Sold space 1483. It's going to send it to you in your messenger. These are in the shop. You can get a set of 8 of them for they're listed for $10, but they are $5 for this weekend. So they're 50% off. You can you have to use the coupon code IOTW though. Stands for item of the weekend. Okay. So if I wanted, that brown is kind of harsh and I'm not loving it. And so I think I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna go back over it in the yellow. If I can get my yellow to work enough. I feel like it's running out of paint. So we're just going to trace it so you can see a little bit of that brown. And we actually could have done that with the leaves too. I think this is almost out of paint. This is why I'm having an issue. There we go. There we got some. That looks better. Connie, make sure you put a space in between sold and then the number. All right, let's do this one a little bit different because I'm not loving the, oh, this is definitely more my style with this whimsy. So I'm just going over the brown. And just making them squiggly. That's more me. Just a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more fun, depending on what you want. There you go, you guys. I gave you 8 different ways. I'm going to zoom in real quick and I'm going to show you each of these 8 different ways, okay? Let me zoom in my camera a little bit. Make sure that you can comment sold space 1483 and it's going to pop these into your messenger so you can see them. But I'm going to show you each one up close, okay? So here we have this little pumpkin. How fun is that? I absolutely love it. That's more of a traditional. I did add some whimsy to it on the end, but it's a little more traditional with the blending of the colors. And then you have this one, which is the little polka dots. And then we have some cow print, or I'm sorry, some cheetah print. And then we have some plaid. Lots of different ways you can bring these to life, you guys. Here's palette knife. And we could have painted more of these orange if we wanted. So here's some stripes. Here's one where we painted a sunflower. We're going to probably put a word on that, but I'm not sure what yet. And then my all-time favorite is probably this one. I love them. So we have a lot of them that are white. I guess we have one, two, three, four, five of them that we did white. Um, check them out. They're so fun. So make sure you grab these. They are $5 for the weekend. Okay. Make sure you use item coupon code IOTW and it's going to give them to you for $5. So make sure you do that and have fun crafting. Thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. I had so much fun. I'm going to get these photographed for you so you can see them and you can refer back to them if you want to use some of the ideas from here to bring some of your own to life. And I can't wait to see what you guys bring yours to life as. So, you Desiree, have an amazing weekend. I'm sure I will see you. I love you guys. Happy Friday, and I will see you soon.